you from, Mr. West?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Well, that's a long ways to come for a game. There must have been quite an attraction here.
Yes.
Where are you from, Mr.
I'm from Dallas, Texas, right now, but originally from St. Louis, Missouri.
We're from Detroit.
And what are you planning on doing this weekend?
Well, just partying a lot and going to the game and see that beautiful dome.
They call this event the Bayou Classic, and it completely fills all the hotels and motels within a 25-mile area of New Orleans, from the plush hotels to the not-so-plush hotels, from the $10 rooms to the $300 suites. It all translates into big business for New Orleans hotel keepers.
Secondly, that the Bayou Classic is afforded the kind of first-class status that it should be as a major sports event. I consider it not only a major sports event, but the sports happening for black people in this country, and one of the major sports events for people anywhere in the country.
The Bayou Classic, the most significant black-oriented sports entertainment happening in the United States. The focal point is the annual football game between the two Louisiana State powerhouses, Grambling and Southern universities. A game usually playing a key role in the championship of the Southwestern Athletic Conference. But the festivities start the night before. The Friday night Bayou Classic Parade begins at the foot of famed Canal Street. Members of the famous musical group War rode on their own float. The parade has become so popular that the number of participants had to be limited. This year there were over 130 units of all ages and descriptions. With, of course, a generous number of beautiful Southern belles. No parade would be complete without pretty high-stepping twirls. This is the 180-strong super band from Jaguarland, the Southern University Marching Band. They've performed at prestigious events all over the country and internationally as well. Officials estimated the viewing crowd for the parade at over 200,000. There is probably no college band in the country that is more popular or in more demand than the band at either of the participating universities. Here's the much-traveled and world-acclaimed Tiger Marching Band from Grambling. The parade ended at the Superdome in time for the Battle of the Bands and the Super Concert. Leading off was the Brothers Johnson. The crowd was treated to some hand-clapping, funky music by the boys of the Wild Cherry Band.
Of Southern University.
Friday night's crowd was also treated to the swimsuit competition in the finals of the Miss Bayou Classic Beauty Pageant. What a job the judges must have had.
Vita Rankin of Southern University. Vita says, my calling card is 34, 24, 34. Miss Bayou Classic 1976, Miss Jocelyn Swanigan of Grambling University.
This was one kind of war that everybody loved. The unique musical group War had the over 36,000 fans dancing in the aisles and screaming for more. Music and parading continued the next afternoon prior to the football game. Overnight, the gigantic Superdome had been converted from a mammoth concert hall into an enormous indoor football stadium. few moments of serious reflections while the bands played the national anthem. And finally, the big game.
Your third annual Bayou Classic is underway.
The focal point for the whole weekend happening. After a 2-yard run over the right side, Williams passes to Moore for 12 yards and a first down. Southern draws an offside penalty. Then Martin breaks over guard for 12 more yards and another first down.
Clifford Martin, the ball carrier. Tackled by Herbert Williams. First down, Grambling.
On the next play, Woods picks up another first down over left side. With less than 4 minutes of playing time elapsed, Williams drops back to pass.
Williams pass to Carlos Pennywell. Touchdown, Grambling. 35 yards from Douglas Williams to Carlos Pennywell. Number 88, Larry Scruggs, will attempt the point after. It's good. With timeout on the field to score. Grambling 7, Southern nothing.
The first score came before many of the record-setting crowd of over 76,000 were settled in their seats. Southern fumbled on the kickoff but recovered and has the ball for the first time on their own 16 as Knighton picks up 6 yards over the right side. Knighton picks up another 13 for a first down.
Woods pass complete to number 89, Conrad Rucker. Mike Harris on the tackle. First down, Southern. And Mike Lewis.
Two short gains and a delay of game penalty forces Southern to punt and turn over the ball.
Terry Gordon, the ball carrier. Grambling takes over 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Robert Woods, the ball carrier. Credit Robert Woods with a 24-yard gain. First down, Grambling.
Two plays and another first down later, Martin is thrown for a 5-yard loss.
Douglas Williams pass complete to number 85, Michael Moore. Noah Johnson on the tackle. Douglas pass to Moore, good for 24 yards.
Two plays later, Williams hits Moore for 22 yards and a first down on Southern's 9-yard line.
Douglas Williams pass.
2 offsides against Southern puts the ball on the 3.
Robert Woods, touchdown. Flag on the play, however.
After an incompleted pass and a 9-yard gain, Grambling kicks on the 4th down.
Incomplete.
Southern's first play resulted in a 4-yard loss as the quarter ended. After changing ends of the field, Southern had a 2nd down on their own 16.
Randy Knight in the ball carrier. 19, Mike Lewis in the punt for Southern.
The next play netted no gain, and then Lewis manages a good punt after a bad snap.
Keith Smear.
With a net of only 3 yards for 3 plays, Smear gets off a 48-yarder for Grambling. Williams picks up 46 yards on the return before he's finally stopped by Smear.
Herbert Williams, the ball carrier. Stopped by number 13, Keith Smear.
On the first play from scrimmage, Wilson connects with Gaston, but pass interference is ruled against Southern, and the ball comes back to their own 37. Even with a 15-yard penalty against Grambling, Southern had to give up the ball. 4 uneventful plays later, they had the ball back again on their own 38 for a 2nd and 5. 2 plays later, Ford picks up another 6, making it 3rd and 2.
Larry Burnett, the ball carrier.
Douglas carries it to the 2-yard line, but a clipping penalty puts it back on the 19. After hitting both sides of the line for only 1 yard, Wilson tries to keep the ball.
Fumble by Richard Wilson, recovered by Grambling. Credit number 52, Antoine Edwards with the fumble recovery. Grambling's ball, 1st and 10 from their own 9-yard line.
On the second play from scrimmage, Williams hands off to Woods for a 19-yard gain.
Robert Woods, the ball carrier.
Grambling is penalized for illegal procedure and then sweeps left and fumbles. Robinson recovers for Southern.
Darrell Carter, the ball carrier. Fumble by Darrell Carter, recovered by Southern.
We pick up the action after 4 running plays, an incompleted pass, and a 5-yard penalty against Grambling.
Frisbee's pass complete to number 18, Greg Houston. Touchdown, flag on the play. Assessed against Southern. Offensive pass interference. That's the end of the first half with the score. Grambling 7, Southern nothing.
And then it was time for the show within a show. Starting off with the Grambling Tigers marching band. Some people insist that as many fans come to see and hear the bands of these two schools as those who come to watch the football game.
Excitement of the Tiger Band is exemplified in intricate maneuvers, which has earned them international respect and the title of one of the top bands of America. Ladies and gentlemen, the internationally famed Grambling State University Tiger Marching Band. State University. He will be graduating soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting now for your halftime entertainment, the fantastic marching band from Jaguar Land. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the exciting sound of the Isley Brothers sets the stage as the band from Jaguar Land steps off to the hit sounds of Harvest for the World.
Before the applause had died down for the Grambling, the field was taken over by the Southern Marching Band from Jaguar Land. Either one of these bands is a tough act to follow, and there are very few brave enough to try. But when they do perform back to back, it's an unusual musical experience.
Herbert Williams and Larry Douglas back deep for Southern. Your second half is underway. Herbert Williams, the ball carrier.
Wilson picks up 7 for Southern after both teams' unsuccessful series, and Southern got the ball back on the Grambling 39, thanks to 2 big penalties in their favor.
Richard Wilson on the keeper. Randy Knight in the ball carrier.
Wilson fumbles the handoff, and Grambling's recovery stops another Southern drive.
Fumble by Williams, recovered by Grambling. Credit number 62, Curtis Caruso with the recovery.
Grambling ran 3 plays for no gain, while the team swapped 15-yard penalties. Then an apparent offsides emptied both benches. It wasn't serious, though. The players were just super keyed up. Tempers cooled, and play resumed with a 30-yard pass from Williams to Moore. A 15-yard penalty against Grambling cut down on the game.
Personal foul assessed against Grambling.
Two incompleted passes and a 3-yard loss, and Smear punts a 57-yarder into the end zone for a touchback, and Southern takes over on the 20.
Touchback. Southern takes over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Southern cheerleaders urge the Jaguars on. With 2nd and 8 after a short gain, a bad pitchback results in the loss of 13 yards and the ball. Grambling goes from the 14 after an incompleted pass and a 5-yard penalty. A pass interference call gives them the ball on the 2.
Williams pass and holding.
2 plays and 2 penalties later, Grambling gets to keep its second field goal attempt. The score, Grambling 10, Southern nothing. Grambling kicks off again, and Southern takes the ball on the 5-yard line. A 3-yard run by Knighton, and then Grisby drops back to pass and is sacked by Crusoe for an 8-yard loss. 2 plays later, Southern punted, but got the ball back after Grambling was also unable to do it. In the first play of the series, Knighton runs for 14 and a first down. Grisby drops back again and gets off a long one intended for steal, but it's picked off by Johnson on the Grambling 25.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with a score, Grambling 10, Southern nothing. One of our sponsors today, Schlitz Breweries. There's just one word for beer, Schlitz, and you know it.
After a short run and 2 incompleted passes, Smear gets off a boomer that goes for 73 yards before it's finally down by Grambling. Southern couldn't move the ball and turned it over. Then after 1 run and penalties against each team, which netted Grambling 10 yards, Woods runs for 13 yards and fumbles. Besaint recovers for Southern. Once again, Southern is forced to punt. Grambling moves the ball from their own 29 to Southern's 40. Then Williams passes to Moore for 24 yards and a first down on the 16. Grambling bogged down, and 4 plays later attempted a field goal that was blocked by Jackson. After an incompleted pass and a 10-yard holding penalty, Grisby passes long but is intercepted by Wilson. In the next series, Southern was penalized once and Grambling twice. Smear's attempted punt is blocked by Jackson and recovered by Jones on Grambling's 27. 2 plays later, Smith intercepts a Grisby pass intended for Gilliam in the end zone and saves a touchdown. 2 penalties put Grambling on the 5, and on 4th down with less than a minute remaining, Grambling elects to take the safety and get the free kick, making the score 10-2. Smear makes his 7th punt of the game, and Douglas returns it for 17 yards. Time ran out after Southern turned the ball over, and the game ended with the score, Grambling 10, Southern 2. After the game, the 2 bands put on another performance that was a show in itself, and all the fans stayed. The crowd eventually dispersed for more frolicking in the fun-loving Crescent City, and the 3rd edition of the fabulous Bayou Classic happening was history.
Well, just the coming together of a whole large mass of black people, people from all over the United States, people from different walks of life, all getting together, not just to see a football game, but to see all of the different interactions, the different activities in the city, and just enjoying each other and sharing each other.
Will you come back next year for Bayou Classic?
I will be back every year, every year.
This is a Pace presentation.